For Blount. Maybe the fans becoming a little complacent. I don't know.
Well, they're in for a war, Lee. Jackson came to play, and you know they found some weaknesses in the Blount defense, and they've exploited them. And I would imagine, unless Blount makes some minor adjustments at halftime, that Jackson will come out and do the same thing they tried to do in the first half. And Lee, that's running the ball right at them and trying to throw the real quick hitting passes to avoid the Blount rush.
Rick, I think Jackson's had enough of losing. They've lost to him twice in the 90s, and they want to come away with a win here. It seems like they're always coming down to Pritchard. Blount never goes to Jackson.
Well, that's unfortunately. That's kind of like Green Bay and Dallas, isn't it? You know, Green Bay really fusses because Dallas never has to come up to Green Bay and play them. And I guess there is something to be said for that.
Michael Thomas, offensive lineman, is on the field now for Blount. The official indicates that the visiting Aggies will receive the kickoff. In the second half, Blount will be kicking off, defending the goal to our right. The Aggies coming on the field now with a chance to take the lead, trailing 14-12. Damon Freisen will be teeing it up.
It's cold, Lee.
I'm running out of wearing apparel. I've already got my jacket on, Rick, so I hope it doesn't get too much colder because, like I said, I'm going to have to borrow your parka.
You're going to have to fight me to get this thing.
I'm just amazed, though, that you, of all people, have succumbed to the weather.
That's unusual, Lee. I usually can stand it, but I couldn't stand it tonight.
Rick does not sit in the press box. Not that it's much warmer here. He likes to sit outside. Here's the second half kickoff. We're underway. Freisen kicks it down to about the 10. It's going to be Purnell on the run back. 15-20. And he's hit around the 23-yard line and stopped. There was James Barron on the tackle for Blount. Jackson ball back at its own 23-yard line.
Well, I think we expect to see Jackson come out and try to run the ball right at Blount. They had success not early. The first three possessions they had 2 fumbles and a punt. After the third possession, though, they had pretty good success against Blount. Let's see if they don't come out this time. They're coming out with twins to one side and split in here. That's a Tennessee set with an I backfield.
We'll call it the 24 out of the I. Brad Davis, the fullback's been their big rusher. They'll run Jones to the left. He spun around. He's going down. They could have just spun him into the ground. No gain. We believe that athletics and academics go hand in hand. The Bryant Jordan Student Athlete Program supports this concept and awards over $200,000 to 96 student athletes each year. Ask your principal, guidance counselor, or coach about it. Public service message from the Alabama High School Athletic Association. It'll be second down and 10.
Well, that time Blount just gang tackled. They tried to run the lead over on the left side where they had a tight end, and then just wasn't anything there. Second down and 10 for Jackson.
Tommy Crum stays in at quarterback, 5'10" junior, about 185 pounds. Davis is fullback. Jones is tailback. And there's a handoff to Davis. He's going nowhere. Damon Freisen stopped him at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be third down and 10.
Well, somebody got Blount's attention at halftime, Lee, because they're coming out now. And now Blount's defense is playing like we've seen them play all year. They're moving to the ball, and when they get there, they're striking a lick.
Marshae Jones comes in from the far sideline as James Todd checks out. Brad Davis came up limping just a bit after that last hit. Just underway in the third. Crum back to pass. Rushes on. He's flushed out of the pocket. He'll run 20, 25. Running to his right, and down he goes at about the 27-yard line. So he picked up about 4 yards. Hardly enough for a first down. It's going to be fourth on about 7. And it was Darrell Williams, their big hitter on defense, who finally brought him down.
Well, you know, Lee, if he was running for time, he'd have made a first down. But time, when you run 6 or 7 seconds, that doesn't get a first. That time he ran forever, it looked like, but he didn't pick up but about 3 yards because of the Blount pursuit.
Dwayne Dorman to punt. At his own 16, Casher and Pugh. That's Kennard Pugh. They also have a Derek Pugh waiting to receive. 9:49, third quarter. Rick, you're going to stay up later than normal tonight. Here's the kick under pressure. Remember, they blocked one earlier. caught at the 45. This is Pugh running laterally backwards to the 40. Around the left side, down the near sideline, 35-30. A flag is down, 20. He's going all the way. 5, 4, touchdown, but there's a flag back at the 40. And if this comes back, it would be the second touchdown called back because of a Blount penalty.
Well, they made the right call.
Now, Rick, you didn't seem too excited, I think, about Pugh giving ground like that, but he ran it for a touchdown.
Well, Lee, Darrell Williams clipped back here on about the 46-yard line, 41-yard line, and it was all for naught. But he did a good job running down the sidelines. There was nobody there to tackle him. But, you know, those kind of mistakes are kinds that just eat at the coach's guts. I mean, they just eat you alive because you make a silly mistake. It's just a mental mistake that you hope by this time of year you don't make.
At the 42, it's coming back. As we told you, he ran 60 yards. He went back to the 40 and then raced around the left side down the Blount side of the field. Went into the end zone with a great cutback. But now it's all for naught. They're back at their own 27-yard line.
Well, that was a good call by the officials. The Blount fans don't like it, and I understand that, but it was a good call.
Taking over at tailback is Williams. Leonis Williams, Miller in motion to the right. Williams will go straight ahead. Wrestles his way up past the 30 to about the 31. As Williams picked up about 4 yards. Dennis Rankin, who is one of their top tacklers, a baseball and basketball, actually a pretty good basketball player, one of their starters on basketball, made the tackle.
Well, I don't know what happened that time. The tailback kind of slipped down trying to get out of the gates, and as he slipped down, the Jackson defense had time to adjust to his run, and they didn't pick up but about 3 yards.
Blount 2nd and 6 at its own 31. Miller in motion to the right. Toss sweep to the right. Williams will carry 30 to about the 35. He was tripped. He was going down. Earl Lowe finally stopped him at the 35, and he gains about 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Dubose also on the tackle.
Dubose was the one that you made a good call there, Lee. Dubose tripped him up right as he turned the corner on the sweep. That's the first time I can remember Blount running the sweep tonight. Brings up a 3rd down and 3. And this is one of those 3rd downs early in the game where you want to really make a 1st down here to try to get momentum on your side. They got a receiver out here that's not even covered.
8:18 to go, 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 2 for Blount. Hand off to the tailback, Williams at the 35. He's not going to make it. In fact, he didn't gain anything. Jackson has stopped him, forcing Blount to punt on 4th down.
Well, that's big for Jackson right there, Lee. They make a big 3rd down. They stop Blount on 3rd down, brings up a 4th and 1, and that's big for Jackson.
Blount with another touchdown call back at 2nd. And now DeAndre Green, who's caught a touchdown pass tonight and had another one, but he was over the back of the end zone. He'll punt. Left-footed kicker back at his own 21. Deshae Jones upfield at about the 40-yard line for the Aggies. High snap, no rush, gets it away, short kick to about the 41 and down by Blount at about the 40-yard line. So the Aggies have great field position. They'll send the offense onto the field, trailing by just 2 points. 7:17 remaining in the 3rd. And Rick, caution to the wind. The longer Jackson stays in this game, they're going to feel their oats. They're going to feel that they have a chance.
Well, you're exactly right, Lee. And, you know, Blount was lucky that time that they didn't punt the ball into the up-back's rear end that time. If we don't watch it, that's going to happen before long.
Jackson 1st down at its own 40. Dave Mosley is the center. He's a junior on this young offensive line. 2 wideouts to the left out of the eye. Toss sweep to the left. Jones 40. Jones outside 45. Ridden out at the 47-yard line. 7 yards before Larry Kasher said, "Get out of here." 7:09 to go, 3rd quarter. Good gain on 1st down.
Excuse me, Lee. Jackson's lining up in an unbalanced line. They're putting a tight end to the left side, and he's an ineligible receiver, by the way. And they're putting their 2 receivers to the same side they're putting a tight end to. And that's just an unbalanced line, and they're running toward the unbalanced line. And Blount has not made any adjustment to the unbalanced line. I'll be surprised if these coaches up here don't make that adjustment.
2nd down and 3 from the 47 out of the eye. Wideouts left and right. They'll go up the middle to Brad Davis, and he is stopped dead in his tracks. He got to the 47, and that was it. No gain. 3rd down and 3. It was DeMarco McNeil leading the charge for Blount.
Well, they tried to run the fullback trap right over the center again that time, and DeMarco McNeil was right there to snuff it out.
The Jackson head coach, Danny Hayes, came out of North Alabama, coached there before hitting the high school ranks. He was up in Virginia, Benjamin Russell in Auburn on his resume before he landed at Jackson to get his first head coaching job. 3rd and long, 2.5. Tommy Crum looks around. He's got about 7 seconds to get it off. He does. Davis runs hard up the middle. 1st down, 45 to the outside left, 40 down the far sideline, 30, 25, 20. 1st down, Terrence Johnson on the tackle, and that Jackson offense rips off a big gainer. And right now, they're at the 21-yard line.
You know, Lee, they've really found a weakness in the Blount defense because they're running right over that left side over there, and they've pushed it out a little bit. The adjustment that Blount made to try to stop the ball in the zero hole has now created a bubble out around the tackle. And Jackson has really exploited that. They bumped it down that time and hit it outside and made a big 1st down. They're driving down the score. They're on the 20-yard line, 21 of Blount.
That was a 21-yard gain. Actually, it was more than that. 29-yard pickup, and here's the toss sweep to Jones. Cut back inside the 20. Tackled by Darrell Williams, close to the 16-yard line. Great run by Brad Davis to get it down to the 21, and now a big gainer on 1st down, Cyrus Jones, and they're running through Blount like I can't believe.
Well, Lee, all year I hadn't seen anybody run on Blount like this, and they're attacking them at different points of attack. That time they attacked them outside the end off the triple option, the 2nd option off the triple option, the pitch to the tailback.
After the 5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5 at the Blount 16, trying to take the lead. The Aggies, quarterback Crum, straight ahead Davis inside the 15 to about the 13, and DeMont Frison says no more. He stopped them there, but they're awfully close to a 1st down.
Well, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3, Lee, and the success that they've had so far has been when they get in an unbalanced line to the left side and try to run the ball over that left tackle over there. That's where they've been picking up their most yardage in this drive. It'll
be 3rd down and 3. You got to admire the way Jackson got off to a shaky start on offense, has regrouped. They didn't fold the tent. 4:47 remaining. 3rd quarter, 14-12 Blount. A shaky 2-point lead. They're within the range of the kicker Dorman. There is the fullback running to the right to about the 11. I don't think he made the 1st down. He's very close. James Barron held him up, wouldn't let him get there. It's going to be like 4th and 1.
Well, Lee, right here, I kicked the field goal. I don't know about most people, but if I got a kicker that can kick it and I feel good about him, I'm going to kick the field goal from right here.
Well, he's got a number of field goals this year. In fact, Dorman is 9 out of 11, Rick. As long as 39 yards, well within his range here. Kicked the winning field goal against Sylacauga last week to get him this far.
No, Lee,
they want a timeout. 4:04 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 14-12 Blount. On the Comcast Cable Gulf Coast Radio Network, high school football game of the week will continue in 30 seconds.
Who can deliver?
My thanks to Camellia Bowling Lanes, Sanders Highland, and Holnam Incorporated, helping sponsor this game on WKSJ AM, and Coca-Cola on Comcast Cable. Looks like the field goal unit is in. It's going to be 4th down and 1. Let's take another look there to be sure now. Maybe not. No, they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. They have a chance for 3. They want more. 4th down and 1 from the Blount 12. First real big play of the 2nd half. Coming from a quarterback out of the split backfield. Oh no, one of their linemen jumped. The tight end, Dennis Rankins, jumped. That'll cost them 5. It'll be 4th and 6. And now you're going to see the field goal team come in. You know what, Rick? If they make it, that actually may turn out to be a good penalty.
Well, it may, Lee, but you know what they were going to run that time? They were going to run, you could tell the tight end was trying to hook or to reach the defensive end from Blount, and they were going to try to run some type of outside wide play. I just don't think you can run wide on Blount consistently. I really don't think you can do that.
Marshae Jones will hold at the 25. This will be a 35-yarder. His longest is 39 yards. Pretty good angle, straight on kicker, Dwayne Dorman.
Snaps big here.
Snap down, ball is up, and it is certainly long enough, and it is no good. No good. Dorman missing from the 35-yard line. It was certainly long enough. It had plenty of distance, but was wide to the left.
Well, that's big for Blount, Lee. That's big for Blount. If they can take advantage of this and go down and try and get a touchdown, it'd really be big.
They dodge a bullet, Rick.
They really dodged a big bullet there, Lee. Now, as a coach, Lee, you're sitting there saying, well, did the penalty really cost us that much? Because we feel like we could have made a first down.
The Leopards at their own 20. James at quarterback. Out of the eye, 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. More movement, another 5-yard penalty, and it will be against the Aggies. Boy, are they aggressive, too aggressive.
That's 20 yards that they've had in penalties on jumping, and I guarantee you, Lee, they work on the defensive line works on watching the football move in their drills, and then they come out here in the second round of the playoff. They're so tight that they're jumping because they're so, they're so anxious to get to the ball carrier.
Ball is at the 25-yard line. Miller comes to the left. Dual wide out to the right. Looks like Reed and DeAndre Green out of the eye on 1st and 5. Tailback run. Williams to the outside. Williams hit at the 26, and down he goes. He only got about a yard. Earl Lowe held him up. And there's a fumble on the play, according to Jackson, but I don't think so. I don't think Blount's going to lose the ball.
Well, I thought the ball popped loosely, but I thought it was after what they were doing. They stopped his forward motion, and they kept tackling, and the ball popped out after they'd already blown the whistle.
Yeah, we've seen Jackson get excited earlier in this game and not get the call their way. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 after a 2-yard pickup by the tailback, and Blount wants a timeout here with 3:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter, leading 14-12 on the Gulf Coast Radio Network Comcast Cable High School Football Game of the Week, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Blount huddled around there. Head coach Ben Harris, he wants something to happen here. Leading 14-12. They've had 2 touchdowns called back. Ben looking up to the press box. What do I do? 14-12 is the score. Blount hanging on to a 2-point lead. Dodged a bullet on a missed field goal just moments ago by Dwayne Dorman. It was certainly high enough and long enough. Sailed a little bit to the left. Short yardage play, Williams 1st down. Up to the 35, to the 36. That was Lott, the fullback. Antoine Lott running off the left side. Blount picks up the 1st.
You know what I like about that play, Lee, is it's straight up and down, north and south. They're going right straight at the goalpost, and they pick up a big 1st down. I like the way Lott runs the football.
3:16 to go in the 3rd. 1st down, Blount. Bernard Pugh is a wide receiver, comes to the near side. Miller and Reed to the far side. Split backfield. James to pass, fakes to the right, throws long and deep on the go pattern, and it is incomplete. Almost a reception at the 25-yard line. He pumped once and then delivered long. And Marlon Reed just could not hang on to it at about the 25-yard line with Earl Lowe right there with him.
That's a good pump fake right there, but the Jackson Earl Lowe just didn't go for the fake, Lee. He pumped it one time, and then Marlon Reed just took off down the field on the fly route, and the ball was just a little bit overthrown.
DeAndre Green brings the play in from the Blount sideline. 2:52 remaining, 3rd quarter. Split backfield on 2nd and 10. At his own 36. They'll run the fullback Lott to about the 38. Gang tackled after about a 2-yard pickup. Dennis Rankin led the charge.
This Dennis Rankin, some kind of football player, Lee. He's a big youngster. He's about he's 6'1", just 215, but he can grow some and he can put some weight on. People tell me that he's got a chance to play at the next level.
The 2 Pews come in, Derrick and Kennard. Lott comes out along with James Jones, so they're going to send everybody out. Rick, you and I are about the only ones not out on this pass pattern. 3rd down. James to throw. At his own 30. Walk at the 47-yard line, down to the 46, a completion and a first down. That was Derek Pugh, Ken Taylor on the tackle. So Derek Pugh with his first catch tonight, 6th this year.
Well, Lee, when they're trying to play a little bit of zone back there, it's awfully hard to cover 5 receivers, and that because your linebacker then has to cover one of those little quick receivers, and they just can't do it that way.
2 minutes remaining, third quarter, 14-12 Blount. Nobody has scored yet in the second half. One Blount touchdown call back because of a penalty. Everybody out again. 1st and 10 from the Aggie 46. James flushed out of the pocket, runs left, throws to the left sideline, incomplete. Miller caught it out of bounds. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
You know, if he had that one to do over again, I'm sure that Mr. James would have run that football, Lee. He could have probably run it if he'd turned upfield and run it.
He's picked up a lot of yardage running this year. He's a good running quarterback, but he also has a rifle for an arm.
Well, he was sprinting to his left, and it's awfully hard for a right-handed quarterback to be on the run, trying to avoid the rush and to throw the ball on you know, just throw it on the money right there. He tried to do that, but the ball was out of bounds when the receiver caught it.
This has turned out to be a much better game than anticipated. 2nd down and 10 at the Aggie 47-yard line.